The Legend of Orochi. Greetings, Mythstorians. 8-headed dragon versus warrior god. Orochi versus Susanoo. This battle plays out in the ancient Japanese myth Yamatanōrochi. This serpent is intrinsic to Japanese culture and also serves as the inspiration for the Kaiju King Ghidorah in the 2019 blockbuster Godzilla, King of the Monsters. However, before all of that, our story begins with a fallen god. Divine banishment. Susanoo had brought this upon himself. Tossed from heaven, the god of the sea fell through infinity to exile on earth. His rivalry with his sister Amaterasu, the sun goddess, had gotten out of hand. He caused her great distress and was banned from heaven. Susanoo became a wanderer, and one day, while roaming beside a river, he came across chopsticks. Susanoo picked them up and followed the waterway further. Soon, he arrived at a crying family. Susanoo approached them and asked what was wrong. "Who are ye, and why do ye lament thus?" "I am an earthly deity, and my name is Ashinatsuchi. My wife's name is Tenatsuchi. This girl is our daughter, and her name is Kushinada Hime. The reason of our weeping is that formerly we had 8 children, daughters, but they have been devoured year after year by an 8-forked serpent, and now the time approaches for this girl to be devoured as well. There is no means of escape for her, and therefore do we grieve." Susanoo realized what was wrong, and offered to marry and protect their daughter. "If that is so, wilt thou give me thy daughter?" "I will comply with thee behest, and give her to thee." The sea god transformed her into a comb, and put her in his hair for safekeeping. Next, he laid out his plan to deal with Orochi. Susanoo had the couple make 8 vats of sake, for he knew that beast could not resist the smell of liquor. The vats were then put on gated platforms. Just as Susanoo had planned, the dragon was lured by the sake scent. It drank each vat and fell into a drunken stupor. Orochi, the serpent that had terrorized the family for ages, was down. The sea god drew steel and leapt into action. Susanoo hacked and chopped at Orochi and its many heads. The beast was cut to bits, but while striking at the beast's tail, the sea god's sword suddenly broke. That's because it had struck at something lodged inside Orochi. That thing turned out to be the Kusanagi no Tsurugi, one of Japan's 3 legendary royal treasures. Everyone now safe, Susanoo presented the sword as an amends to his sister, Amaterasu. The sun goddess is later said to have bequeathed the sword to her descendant, Ninigi no Mikoto. The story goes that he used the sword, along with Japan's other 2 sacred items, a mirror and a jewel, to calm the nation. Legend has it Ninigi was the great-grandfather to Japan's first emperor. He, like all other Japanese monarchs who have followed, are said to be descendants of Amaterasu. The sword, the jewel, and the mirror together comprise the country's imperial regalia. The sword and jewel were present, used during the abdication of former Emperor Akihito in April 2019. At the time of this video, his successor, Emperor Naruhito, is expected to undergo an enthronement ceremony in fall 2019. During this, he'll be presented with the 3 ancient treasures. This ceremony is not open to the public, and only select priests and the emperor himself can see the items. Coming back to the Kaiju King Ghidorah, according to Forbes.com, the monster was thought to represent the nuclear threat of China at the time of its conception during the 1960s. However, it was Orochi as well as the Wyvern and Hydra of Greek mythology that are said to have served as inspiration for King Ghidorah. And according to the Monster Fandom Wiki, Ghidorah was given only 3 heads because 8 was thought to be excessive. But that, mythstorians, as they say, is that. Yet there is still so much more to explore and even more to find out. So why not join us in the next mythical video?